Wait, so you're telling me that the Timberwolves have a better chance of winning games when their two leading scorers, their two all-stars, actually play like it? Who would have thought? I mean, let's go through it. Cat had 25 points. Anthony Edwards had 29 points. We're going to start with Cat. I mean, what is the Karl-Anthony Towns experience if not a vicious roller coaster of highs and lows? I mean, the problems with Cat are always going to be the problem with Cat. He had a lot of reckless drives last night, a lot of dumb fouls. He fouled out, and I don't know what's worse, the dumb fouls or his reaction to the dumb fouls, where it's like, I swear on my life I didn't touch him, and then you see the replay and he's literally elbowing PJ Washington in the face. But to his credit, he was 9 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 on threes, hit 3 threes in the fourth quarter, 3 straight threes in the final period to turn a 1-point deficit into a 6-point lead. And he deserves a lot of credit for that, because if we're going to criticize him for all the shooting struggles he's had so far in this series, which we rightfully should, then we should also give him props when he shows up. And he showed up in a big way to turn the tides in Minnesota's favor. You know, the fourth quarter comes around, it's a tight game. We all feel like, okay, Luke and Kyrie have this in the bag. But then for Cat to step up and basically say, no, this is our game, when he's been struggling all series long, that was impressive, and that deserves, you know, like a nice salute or something. I don't really know. Anthony Edwards, 29 points, which is the most he's had since Game 4 against Denver. And, you know, there are 2 things I really liked about Ant's performance. Also chipped in 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Okay, 3 things. So one of them was the near triple-double he had. But the other thing was that, you know, he went down swinging in this game, because it wasn't just the 29 points, it was the 25 shots he took, which was also the most he's had since Game 4 against Denver. And I really like that mentality from him, because I think he, you know, through these first 3 games, he's struggled to find his place, and he's been really gassed, so he hasn't always been so aggressive, and maybe he's deferred too much, and it's been all this stuff. But like, with this Game 4 down 0-3, there is no tomorrow. There's no next game. This is your season right here. And I always like, you know, when the best guys take it upon themselves to say, okay, I need to do more. It's not necessarily going to guarantee success, because he was only 11 of 25 from the field, so he wasn't so efficient with it. But I really like the mentality of saying, I'm the best guy, I'm the leader. This needs to be on, win or lose, this game needs to be on my shoulders. And he took that upon themselves with that many shots. And the other thing I really liked was that, you know, one of the things I've noticed about Ant's game in this series is that he doesn't really have so much of an in-between game yet. You know, if he's not, you know, it's either a straight line drive, explosion to the rim, finishing right at the rim, or it's a pull-up from 3. He doesn't really have that like mid-range elbow push shot game, but I saw it a bunch in this game where he seemed much more under control, much more poised. He hit, you know, that one to put them up. I forget how many it was with the shot clock ran down, where he shot it over 2 Mavs and it banked in right at the shot clock buzzer. He hit a banker from the right wing. He hit the one to hit them up 5 with under a minute left. It was just, I think that's what's going to elevate his game so much, you know, as his career moves forward, because I think, you know, defenses are never going to want a guy to get to the rim. They're not necessarily going to want you to shoot 3, because it's the fear of the extra point. But the mid-range game is what's always going to be there for any player. And so if he can master not just making that shot, but knowing when to take that shot. And it wasn't perfect in this game. There were a few times where he seemed very indecisive and didn't know what to do and threw the ball away, all that stuff. But if he could figure out not just like the efficiency, but when to take those shots, he's really going to become unguardable. And you got a small taste of that in Game 4. And yeah, it's funny, like it really was just that simple in this game. In the ways we've talked about games 1 through 3, how it really just came down to Luke and Kyrie outplaying Ant and Cat. It was the opposite in this game. Ant and Cat had combined for 54 points, Luke and Kyrie 44. 10-point difference doesn't seem like that much, but when you think about how close this series has been, where each game is literally hanging in the balance within the last 2 minutes, all 4 of these games have been classified as crunch time, where it's within 5 points, under 5 minutes left. Like 10 points is the difference, and it really is that simple. Minnesota's defense was great throughout. They really stifled Luka. Kyrie didn't really get it going so much. But like, it really is just that simple of our 2 all-stars playing better than your 2 all-stars. And that was really just the basic difference in this game. And you saw it manifest, and Minnesota's season lives on because of it. And I guess we're going to see if they can keep this going on their home court, keep up the momentum going in Game 5 to keep their season alive.